Your friends are being abused.
I don't think the thought
You're
process
always
is
too busy to even find out what's going on. You allow a lot of horrible things to happen because you didn't have it. Certainly did. You couldn't make the time. You didn't care. And that's what this comes down to. The people didn't care. When I went to them for help, they wanted to all blow me off. I didn't matter. They already showed me I didn't matter. And after years of asking for help, begging for help, screaming for help, they've always got too much going on to care. Natalie Bollinger got her brains blown out because none of those people cared. They showed that they didn't care. The only thing that makes them even pretend to care now is me exposing them on YouTube and Facebook. They're not going to take it serious. It matters. None of these people in houses cared, and all those people out on the streets. Nobody bothered to talk to them. Nobody bothered to try. Nobody cared. The problem with Caitlynne Tatum is that through all of this, she couldn't try to make any time. It's been 6 years. What I need from her is for her to admit that I went to her for help and help me to turn that in. Her reasons are her own. I shouldn't have to post anything on Facebook. She should have been a decent enough person to come forward in the beginning. A decent enough person to not blow me off for 6 years. If you're making excuses for 6 years, you're not a friend. So why is it that she said again that she was going to try? Because I asked her to leave. Harmony. Because in 6 years' time, you literally that I went to you for help. And you gave me 10,000 excuses, including lying to me about the lawsuit. Yeah, we're going to have issues with me having to wait for days and days, and then you tell me just this morning that you didn't call, but you were looking at my messages, you were listening to them. There's no actual indication of that. Matter of fact, there's indications you didn't. You called yesterday. You told me that you didn't call because you thought that's the problem. You kept on literally going at your way to twist everything that I typed at you to mean something that it didn't. That's not help. That makes me feel terrible for even asking for help. Now, when I'm being assaulted and I am having every part of my life taken away from me, and all you've got to do is that I've got all these roadblocks, and you can't even take those roadblocks, despite the fact that those roadblocks are only there because you didn't come forward with information that you knew. Why didn't you do that from the beginning? I get why you still don't want to. You want to play stupid and drag it out and waste my freaking time. No, not okay. I get treated horribly because you haven't bothered to make any effort, any actual effort. You're, oh, I care, I'm sorry that happened to you. No, don't. People are dead because of people like Caitlynne Tatum. I'm still being abused because Caitlynne Tatum won't just simply come forward and speak up. Now, there are plenty of people who could speak up. Did I go to you for help? And you get to see how horrible and how mean people are just because they don't want to admit that one fact. Anything that they can to draw it out until it no longer matters, and they can say, why don't you just let it go? Because I'm still being victimized over it. That's why. It's not just Natalie Bollinger who's dead. That's what it comes down unstable connection. And there's the talk and the people around me, and the fact that really this was not an appropriate place to do it. It's far more appropriate than the library. But the evidence shows that I asked for help, that I was nice, that I was as patient as a person could possibly be, that none of these people bothered to try helping until they already knew that it was too late to do anything. That they wouldn't listen to me, they kept on assuming and projecting their assumptions on me. None of my friends cared enough to take a look at any of this stuff or why I'm going through it. Not a single one, not Tatum, not anybody. They were too busy making excuses. The bridge was too long. Caitlin Tatum is not comfortable with me talking about hair. She can either come forward and tell the truth, or I can show the truth. That's as simple as it is. That's the way it is with every single one of these people. You had your opportunity to be a friend. Before Natalie was killed, when I reached out to all these people, they had the opportunity then to be a friend, to care, to stop listening. Instead of no matter what, I'm not worth listening to, no matter what it is going on in your life. If it's something as simple as, well, you got to replace a handle on your toilet because the silver handle that's on it doesn't match the gold furniture that you've got on everything else. And you're going to spend 3 days trying to figure out how to change the toilet handle or something incredibly stupid like that. No matter what, this is how we're treated. When I was at Starbucks, sure, when I was in Starbucks in Boulder, Colorado, those people did keep me safe inside of the Starbucks. Or they messed up as the ones who wanted to tell me that they were my friends. And tell me that if I ever need anything that they would help. And blew me off. And why doesn't somebody else do it? Why doesn't somebody else do it? I don't know. Probably for the same reason that you don't. Because you don't actually care. The people at Starbucks in Boulder, Colorado, it didn't matter how good I was to them. They knew that I was an at-risk adult. When I went in there and I told the people in there who told me that they were my friends, when I told them about abuse that I was enduring, this is how they show you they're not a friend. They say they're sorry. They're sorry that happened to you. What can I do to help? Can I get you a drink? I gave you a free drink. I don't need a free drink. I need help turning in people who are harming me. I'm an at-risk adult. What do you think? And for many of those people, I didn't ask them to send me a friend request. I didn't ask them to tell me that they were friends. And I told them, we're, I guess, friends. But if something happens to you, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to speak out. I ask if you're going to tell me that you're my friend to actually be a friend, not just in fair weather. If I'm having a problem and I'm coming to you for help, there's a reason I'm coming to you for help. And chances are pretty good. It's because you're a witness to a situation that I'm being harmed over. What I'm being harmed over right now is the same thing I've been harmed over for the last 6 years. When a male asks for help, nobody does it. Nobody cares. They talk over you. They talk down to you. They treat you like you're dirt. And then they want to say these pretty words like those are supposed to fix it. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. Well, it just happened to me. And it's going to happen again if I'm not able to turn in the predators. I'm a male and I am disabled. I can't do it alone. It's just assumed that because I'm a male, I'm a kill a monster type of person. Unstable connection. And see, that's the thing, is that when people don't take the time, this stuff piles up. When you pretend to be a friend, I need a friend to do actual friend things. My paperwork, it all says the same things that the lawyers told me from the very beginning. The very help that I asked them for from the very beginning. That they, no matter what, have 10,000 excuses why they can't. They want to redirect it and try anything else but telling the truth. Did I go to you for help? Did I go to you for help before Natalie died? Have I gone to you for help since Natalie died? Why did you ignore me? Why did you blow me off? If the things that you said were true, then why did you allow people to harm me over claiming that those things weren't? If you really care about me, then all these folks were trying to pretend that I was schizophrenic and delusional and that you guys were all inventions. I'm a Caitlynne Tatum. I don't want to expose this all over the internet. I'm going to help turn it in. I want her to come forward and be honest and tell the truth herself. To tell the public how it really is. How many times I reached out to her for help and how many times she had an excuse before finding anything else. And you know what? No matter what your intent, no matter how many times you tell those pretty words, when a victim comes to you for help, someone who is your friend comes to you for help because they're being harmed, the first thing that they need, the first thing that they are told to do is go get a friend or family member so they don't get blown off. To get a friend or family member so that their rights are observed. And always to record it. And you get to see, of course, these people don't want it recorded. They don't want to answer the phone. They don't want to admit that people are dead because they weren't friends. They didn't do family things. They did not do friend things. When your friend is being abused and your friend comes to you for abuse going on in their life, if you're too busy to help stop your friend who is being abused, sometimes every day, but you don't know that because going drinking tonight is more important. You tell them if they send you the information that you'll take a look, and they send you the information, and then you lie to them and say that you looked at it, lie to them and say that you listened to it. When there's 6 hours worth of recordings there that I sent you, and you tell me that you watched it all in 5 minutes, I'm not going to believe you. Also, when I have to repeat the same thing over and over again, and show my paperwork over and over again, you see that? And it's unfortunate that I had to go in alone this time too, because I was again victimized. But Caitlynne Tatum doesn't know that. She doesn't have the time to hear it. She's too busy, and that's the problem. Is that she was too busy to even come forward and admit that I went to her for help, like hundreds of other people who wanted to hide, who wanted to make the excuse that they were afraid of losing their job. Well, if you lose your job because you told the truth, you that place Now that's the problem with predators. They want to isolate the victim, and my predators absolutely have isolated me from my help, from my friends, and my family. Not that it matters. Those friends and family use that as an excuse for not helping. As an excuse to not try. There are workarounds on this, but how are we going to be able to work around it when you're too busy making excuses that I'm being abused because you're being a coward? More connection issue. The thing is, I'm trying to be patient with Caitlynne. The thing is, either she has to admit this stuff in public or post it in public, and that's the problem with all of these people. When you're a disabled and hurt, everybody else's job, your friends and family pass the government. Your government passes you off to friends and family. In reality, without friends and family, the government's not going to do their job. I can't make these people care. Make these people be honest. I can't make Tatum come forward and say, yes, Sean helped repeatedly. I didn't bother to find out what was going on because I was too busy with my own personal stuff. Yeah, Sean had to call me out on my own Facebook. When somebody is being harmed and they come to you for help and you don't help them and you make excuse after excuse and they continue to be harmed, that harm is a direct result of your decisions. That makes it directly your fault. And in many states, you can be charged as a criminal. But you instead talk, fine, talk. But here's the thing: is that there's protocols that need to be followed. You gotta follow protocols. Telling me that it sucks that I got the wrong paperwork. Well, you know what? That's just negligence. I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and it would have gone a lot smoother if I had a friend. Just like all of the assaults previous to this would have gone a lot smoother trying to turn them in if I had a friend. I literally don't have a friend. I have BS that's dragged out forever. If she was really a friend, then she would have tried in 6 years to come forward instead of just now she's finally maybe going to. Because I had to post a bunch of stuff on the internet. I had to post up our messages between each other on the internet. I don't want to do that again. I can't just keep wasting my time. It cost me like $60 just to try to sit out there and wait on a call. Meanwhile, I got to try not to have a panic attack in the environment that I'm in and not be overwhelmed by the fact that I have to keep everything straight and clear in my head. Plus, I got to try to drown out anything that's going on around me, which is not easy to do, especially when I'm overwhelmed. And why wouldn't I? I've been through 6 years of this. Before that, it's not that they were hiding, it's that they just simply they wanted to blow me off like I was complaining that I got orange jello instead of lemon from the cafeteria lady back in 1986 or something. It's actual abuse. This kind of stuff affects somebody's entire life for the life, and you let it happen. If you were a friend, you would let it happen. And that's what I'm showing is that you let it happen by being selfish. By being friends with somebody that you're actually, in reality, not a friend with. You have not friend. You have not done friend things. When your friend comes to you, you don't even find out what's going on because you're too busy talking about yourself. You're not a friend. That is literally not a friend. That is the opposite of a friend. And when you're only willing to do something, they have to call you out publicly. And of course, you want to make deals about keeping. See, that's one of the biggest things with being abused is that when you have people who are not going to put their name to it, going to fess up the things that they said and the things that they did, not on the same page as you, there's a major issue. They're not going to help you. If they're going to try to back that you went to them for help, something as simple as that for 6 years. When you're too busy for 6 years, maybe your stuff is more important, maybe it ain't. Certainly is. No matter what it is that I'm going through, you have already determined, you've heard what I'm going through yet. You've already determined that no matter what it is, it's more important. No matter what. And that's why it is that people out here are victimized. That's why we're stuck out here on the streets, is that we get blown off. We get people who assume it's somebody else's job. They heard about this service, and they heard about that service, and they send you this service that isn't going to help. They're going to triage you out because you're a single white man who is homeless and disabled. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And if your family and friends don't care, nobody cares. By the time Natalie Bollinger got her brains blown out, I'd already gone to a lot of friends about the abuse that I was going through, and none of them cared. And ever since Natalie was killed, I've had to show that I have done nothing but try to get help stopping the abuse. And every single one of my friends wants to pretend that you can stop abuse by ignoring it, that you stop predators by ignoring them, that you stop your friends from being harmed further by ignoring the people who are harming them, that you literally go out of your way when your friends are having a problem, when they're having a tough time in life, you go out of your way to pretend they don't exist for literally years, but you still want to hang around. Don't hang around. Be true to your word. I have to show that you are not true to your word. You were absolutely not caring whatsoever about how much it does. You didn't stop to consider for one moment what it cost me for me to take the time out of my life to do what it is that you are requiring of me to do to get your help. You're not informing me when you change your mind about it. And then you're making excuses after the fact. You're just going to do that again. That's what I have to look forward to. There's stuff that if she'd looked at it like she said that she did, she'd know these things. It would make sense. Although she said that she did, her actions and her understanding show that she didn't. Kind of like Amanda DeMent. She used to go through, because she had a big old crush on me, she used like every comment that I made. So the thing is, there's something that I need help with. The first thing I need you to do is become familiar with the situation and why it's important that you tell the truth. My predators were able to harm me for years because people like Kaitlynne Tatum, who know I'm not schizophrenic, who knows that I've gone to her on multiple occasions to try to get help, knows that her excuses are not the same ones that the cops said. And I would love to sit down and go through all this stuff and actually send it to her, but I gotta see some actual effort other than just token advice and say you're gonna. There's a lot of catch up to do. And a lot of this, whether or not I'm able to get a new court date depends on whether or not I have somebody who cares instead of sorry, having connection issues. Instead of making me make all these calls by myself and then hurry up and wait and wait and hurry up and wait. For every call that I make, I'm told to make 3 other calls to other places. You can make what? A 30-minute call to me in the morning. That's not my fault. Your reasons for not helping me, if they're actual reasons, then you need to tell the courts and you need to tell the American people because I am being harmed daily because you won't do that. Did I come to you for help or not? Help me get that into the courts. It's already on the internet. It's already on YouTube. When I tell you the roadblocks that I'm going through, sorry, connection issues. Most of the things that I had before Natalie was killed that I had as resources, I don't have access to those things anymore. They were all taken from me because of slander, because nobody would help me to turn in my predators, because nobody cared. It's the "that's nice, dear" treatment. I came to you for help stopping abuse because what we're supposed to do is go to a friend or family member, and literally never, ever has a friend or family member actually tried to help me turn this in. Literally none of whom ever made an actual effort to go in with me to turn this in. Ever. I've had people who pretended that they were going to. I even had one lady who went in with me and sat there and just looked stupid the whole time. Explain the situation. Connection issues again. She did. She was busy doing drugs and alcohol. Having relations with Ventus, who was also going to help me, but he couldn't because he was too busy. Kind of like the situation with Casey and Claire. Sure, they were both going to help me, but neither one of them did because they were too busy. Couldn't do it. After I kept my word and invested all of my money and all of my resources into the help, they weren't interested. Helping a friend was not as interesting as having sex with each other, doing drugs with talking crap about everybody else. They took advantage of me in many ways, and that's the thing that was painful. I did what I was supposed to. When these things happen, a friend or family member and get help turning it in immediately. Now, my friends and family didn't care for repeated crimes that were committed in 2007. Natalie Bollinger didn't get her brains blown November 29th, 2017. After over a year of my friends harming me repeatedly, my own friends, and a whole bunch of strangers, a whole bunch of youngsters that should have been staying away from those drugs, should have been staying away from that crap. They didn't. You have no idea what it's like to be targeted by a bunch of junkies because you helped someone, because you did as you were asked. Now, for me, I did make sure that as far as any important stuff goes, I waited until the other department until that chair of Starbucks employees, and I am keeping my voice down as well as I can. I'm also having interviews with them staying on track because there's still abuse going on overhead. And I know that there are people who are look late and just refuse to that my videos have a license for music or something. I always win the appeal. You know why? Because I'm in Starbucks. They're licensed to play it, to choose what they play. But there's also the fact that these people don't understand when you call somebody your friend and that they're being harmed. It's kind of like building a dam, and that dam is time. When somebody is an at-risk adult and they're being abused, and they come to you for help. Now you got the dam here, right? And on one side you've got some fertile soil. That's what you've got to work with to help your friend out. Now, if you aren't ready to plant yet, then you build the dam up a little higher. And of course, the water rises up a little bit more, and you have to build the dam a little bit higher. You really aren't ready